Good afternoon, good people and great people, and welcome to CertaPro Painters. Oklahoma City presents Montez at midday. I'm your host, Dre Montez, and how's everyone doing on this magnificent Track Tuesday edition of the show? How's everyone doing? Let's raise that roof a little bit as much as we can. Let's raise that roof. High fives in the building. Chest bump this thing. Let's hug it out. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Now that hug right there felt so good, right there for sure. But how is everyone doing today? If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. We do have our latest podcast episode up, 550 episode 550 is up wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. But it is available on Spotify. Who's to blame? The podcast. And also today is Horse Hooky Tuesday. So it is definitely what day, kids? Track day. So we're doing the show early today because we're going to the track today. So get that out there. Get that out to the track today, people. Going to the track today. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. And if you're off today and you happen to be going to the track, say hello. And if you got to work today, but you're getting off early, hey, appreciate the details of the day as we're always talking about. Do you have a nice view? Can you see the outside? Do you get a chance to go outside at work? Remember, going outside was a privilege when you worked in an office. You know, going outside, you felt like you were in school still. Now I think all jobs pretty much go outside for sure. Let's get through our pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. Speaking of laughter, I don't know if it's a parody video. I don't know if it was a fake, a scam, but this black couple have a video. The guy will sleep on his back on the bed, sleep, clothes on and everything. His old lady come in and slap the shit out of him and grabs his phone like, who is this? Who is this? He's trying to come to figure out what's going on. And he's blind, so he has to put on his glasses. She's throwing the phone in his face. He's still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Who is this lady hitting me? He can't think of nothing to say. She's getting more and more frustrated. This woman gets on top of this man and starts choking him back and forth. If it's it looks like it's a little funny parody video, but it was so funny from the voiceover that's in the video. So that moment right there is brought to you by Laughing All the Time, as we do laughing all the time. You got to have a good laugh. I think a good laugh in the morning kind of helps the day. It kind of helps you escape the day, make it through the day, understand what the day is all about. All of that is involved to me when it comes to these laughable moments that the internet has really shared with us for sure. But I will be going to where? The track today, people. The track today will be had and held for sure. But thank you for tuning in. Good people, good folk already in the building. Today is one of those days where if you work with basketball fans and you have to go to the office today or in the warehouse, you got to be around those people that you have basketball discussions with. Today is one of those days you don't want to go to work because you don't want to hear that bullshit. We're now in a time in sports, gentlemen and women. Things are not going our way. The change, the shift. Look at Major League Baseball. I know we're in April right now, but look at baseball across the board, across the whole. Look at some of these records. Look at some of the statistics right now early. I'm going to go with you, UFL, United Football League. Look at some of the guys that used to play in the NFL and look at what they're doing in the UFL. So many things to get into on this early edition of the show today due to the fact we're going to the track. Got to go to the track and watch the ponies, baby. Got to go. Got to go. As a sports fan, I've always wondered this, that terminology of home court, home field advantage. the hometown crowd, are that really influential, that helpful to the sports team when they're playing at home? Do they feel as though the home crowd is helping them that much that they know they can't let us down, that they must win? You think it's that? Because I look at some of these home crowds, very disrespectful. And they're just saying we're not like that no more. These younger fans are traveling. There's more attention through social media. There's more content for more individual performances through players. The chants, the verbiage, all of it is changing. And I think, especially in basketball, I don't think there's really an advantage of a home court anymore. What I'm seeing and what I'm experiencing by watching the Knicks series and the Sixers. Now, is it just the fact of the sports history and the basketball history produced two teams and towns, or the fact it's just the NBA? But we've seen it in baseball too, when the hometown crowd gets shunned out by the visiting team. They have that much support at that baseball field. Even in football, we saw it. We saw in football that teams travel very well. Their support base is there. I saw the Pittsburgh Steelers come here and just take over this damn town. The Green Bay Packers the same way. They travel very well. So the home crowd advantage, it's not like it used to be in the 70s and 80s and even 90s, probably early 2000s. I think now the accessibility to getting a travel package built up the right way for you and your crew or your girls, you're getting that big group together even more than before. But watching the NBA playoffs and just the early part of baseball right now, like I didn't know the Baltimore Orioles fan base traveled that way. Wow. Baltimore Orioles fans are traveling that way. I mean, right now, a lot of sports people, especially hockey and especially NBA, kind of think it's 1994, considering everything that's going on in the world of basketball and hockey with the Rangers and the New York Knickerbockers, a.k.a. the Knicks, that way. And I told you I was going to do a bingo card on paying attention to playoff games on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays where I see kids in good-ass seats. I have questions. For real. Yes, I have Willie here with me today. Little Willie. And Little Willie here with me today. And I got my brother here bringing me back some barbecue sauce from Memphis. My man, Jordan Walker. There he is right there for sure. But today, if you had to go to work, you probably had to put up with some type of conversation of what happened to your team last night. What happened to all that smoke? You won a play-in tournament. We get all that. That comes with what? Casualties of being a fan. Casualties of liking a player. Casualties of loving a particular sport. We go through it all. If your team is not in the playoffs, I'm quite sure you have some content to bring to the table after seeing what you saw last night. I can't figure out the Milwaukee Bucks when it comes to coaching and player personnel. I don't know what the fuck happened in Phoenix. The Lakers that's OLD kicked in. D'Lo is not that good. I don't like the harsh comments and complaints he's getting from there. We know AD was soft in college. So we can't make people project our energy on the people in the TV. They're not going to get it. 39 is that's an old ass age to be playing NBA today. That's old to be doing it that long at that age with those numbers. Hey, okay. We had this discussion last month about when athletes try to listen to the fans at the wrong time. If OLD kicks in, go sit your ass down. Don't get Drew Brees down here. Stop trying to please the fan. Take your family. We're going to talk about the retirement walk-off section in a moment. There's something going on that it's pretty fucking scary to me. The different scenarios I've seen this play out. A few TV shows have picked up on it. There's been a few news segments on it. There's a couple of documentaries coming out about it. 60 Minutes did a special on it. Artificial intelligence. I don't think I don't think the internet and artificial intelligence was created to be used the way we're utilizing it today. People are using it for the evil, for bad shit. This new wave of shit with AI, they're using AI with these dating apps, and women are falling for it. And I say women because the majority of them have been women that have been, but the men are doing it, or whoever's doing it. But getting duped by an AI voice, and then first of all, I don't understand how you meet somebody on a dating app and there's money involved. Not for sexual services, just, hey, can you send me $100? I'm trying to get to work in some groceries. Through dating apps? And people are doing this. But the women are giving the men the money. What? Did I miss a memo, a trip, a medicine, a secret password, a drug? I have never in my life, in my 53 years, have had the ability to get money out of a woman. How do men do that? How? How do y'all do that? And how do the women that do this, how do you feel after you found out you've been scammed? This AI shit on the dating, because there are women out here and men that fall in love just with a voice, just with a picture, not an actual person, with words, with text messaging. It fucking happens. Every week, there's an episode about somebody being caught up in a scam and they never actually met the person. With all this information, how is it still happening and getting worse at a high alarming rate? Is it to the point you're that lonely, you don't give a fuck if it's a scam? You just want some type of communication or connection with somebody? I'm not understanding the data that's coming out of this thing with the folks that are being scammed by the AI on the dating side. I don't get how there's money transfer in a dating app. And I talk to people all the time that use dating services. I've never done it before. And some of them tell me, yeah, money comes up sometimes. Is it for sex? Because I don't understand, if we're meeting on a dating app, why is there financial situations being discussed? Why am I loaning money? Why am I borrowing money from you on a dating app and we've never met physically? In 2024, I think the past 4 years, people have lost real touch with the verbiage of communication in relationship. Those two words have kind of fucked us all up. Communication in relationship. 2020, it meant something totally different. Today, they talk about all these other high data numbers when it comes to bad things happening in the world. But the most simplistic things of communication, realism in relationship is the most damaging shit going on right now. Nobody's paying attention. There are people out here right now that you know, dating an AI person and they don't know it. He works all the time. He travels a lot. There's always bad reception where he lives at. I mean, there's some things that people say and do, I just question the whole upbringing. What happened in your household when you were coming up in this wizard? Moving right along. Back to sports. Let's get Rob Manfred on the phone. Susan, tap me through to Rob Manfred, please. He's on the phone. Rob Manfred, Trey Montez here. Explain to me, how did Nike and Major League Baseball get caught up in uniforms? Explain this to me. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Sounds like utter bullshit to me. Nike, as we all love, they've done some great things. But the fiasco with the Major League Baseball uniforms this year, they're see-through. I'm quite sure some people like that. They're very cheap looking. They rip. Everything is totally different. As a person that played softball with the sublimation uniforms, I don't know why baseball don't do that. So, you mean to tell me Nike made these uniforms, already has everybody measurements, have everybody measurements to redo the uniforms, but they're gonna wait until 25 to redo the uniform? You own the factory. You have everybody measurements in Major League Baseball to redo the uniforms this year. It should be a new rollout of uniforms by May 15th. That's what it should be. That's what Major League Baseball. Impress me, Major League Baseball. Impress me, please. Show me that you're really understanding here, Rob Manfred, what's going on. But I think you're trying to Roger Goodell this shit. I think you're trying to sell our sport outside of the U.S., as you're doing, and you're trying to get some more streaming rights and services for Major League Baseball. We get that. But the overall view and look and feel of the game, from the umpires to the different streaming services, to these god-awful uniforms, what's next? What's next, baseball? Huh? I love the game. I'm not going nowhere, but I have questions and concerns. Why are you taking that long to redo the uniforms? And that company, that factory, we know what they can do when it comes to labor and production, but we got to wait to 25. I don't agree with that. You're going to do that with the uniforms, and now you want to come out with glow-in-the-dark uniforms for Major League Baseball. More jerseys for the fans to buy. More jerseys. We got the authentic jerseys, got the home, away, the alternate, the theme jersey, the city jersey. How many damn jerseys we got to buy to support our sports teams? I mean, I feel like a KD fan. One more team, that's 5 jerseys you got to buy for KD since it's been in the league. But Major League Baseball in the uniform situation, who was on that committee, who approved this, and who were the models? And show me the actual footage of them testing these uniforms. I want to see that. I really do. I'm just so baffled about how we dropped the ball on the situation with the uniforms. It's like with the NFL draft. Fantastic job by the Detroit time. Way to go, Detroit. Way to step up the game. But when it goes to selecting people to represent your team, to call the draft pick, who's in charge of that? Because with the Chiefs and Jamal Charles, who did that? Who did that? Somebody needs to be held accountable for that, for sure. Things we'll probably never see again in Major League Baseball, but I wish we would see it again. 20 Ks in a game. Roger Clemens. Oh, my goodness. Roger the Dodger. Oh, my goodness. Randy Johnson did an extra inning, so he don't count. But Roger Clemens striking out 20 Mariners in the game, we'll probably never see nothing like that again. And for this simple fact, pitch count, wear and tear. Like we almost had a split no-hitter last night in baseball. But 20 Ks in a game. Baseball pitching in the 80s and the 90s was very romantic. It was some good shit going on in baseball as far as pitching in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, we still had my man Nolan Ryan. If you've never seen his documentary, one of the best baseball documentaries I've seen in quite some time. One of the best documentaries. But 20 Ks in a game, I don't think we will ever see that again. Really don't. We're going to take a short break here. Your word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub. Be back with more. CertaPro Painters presents Montez at midday with your boy, Dre Montez. All righty, baby. It's Track Tuesday. Be right back.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. mountainmanscrub.com. Get your scrub on.
Welcome back, good people. It's your boy Dre Montez. It is Track Tuesday. Special early edition of the show today due to the fact we're going to the track. Yes, time to get to the track, baby, and understand what the ponies. Right? Ponies, baby. Yeah, I got dollar dogs, $1.50 draft, dollar sodas, and the horse track. Yeah, baby. Well, as we all know, I like watching movies. I just watched Kristen Stewart's new movie, and it was done by A24. It's called Love Lies Bleeding. And there's a female bodybuilder in the movie. All I can tell you about this movie, what this woman did to this man in this movie, and how the camera zooms in when she gets angry. I didn't expect this from Kristen Stewart, this type of character that she portrays in this movie. But the young lady that plays the bodybuilder, I think it's Kathy M. O'Brien, her name is, the actor's name. This movie, I didn't see some good fighting movies here lately. I saw Monkey Man, great fight sequence. There's a scene in Monkey Man, he killed this man in the kitchen. You ever see somebody get killed in the movie and you thought they killed you? It was just like to the core, like, oh, like in Steven Seagal movie back in the day when he killed Screwface's brother and he bent him backwards. Now, that kill scene in Monkey Man, yeah, okay. But this woman does something to this man in this movie, and she's a bodybuilder. But it's interesting how they show you this character as she's changing in the movie. It's a really good movie. It's called Love Lies Bleeding. Check it out. It's done by A24. Check that movie out for sure. It's your meal review right there. Movie review. Have a little bit of news to share with you. So today, this is our last show until September for Montez at midday. This is our last show today. This is it until September. Behind the scenes, we lost some great people that were proud supporters of the show, even since my radio days when I started out doing live streaming and podcasting. Former sponsor of the show, title sponsor, the Weed Squad. Shout out to them. CNC Food for Your Soul over in Belleville, 7th Street, Sushi Bar and Grill, as well as Cosmic Comics and Collectibles. Those companies are no longer with us. They've moved on out of business, but it's been a crazy, wild ride. We picked up another title sponsor as we picked up CertaPro Painters out of Oklahoma City. And moving forward, we have other clients that we've added. We're going to revamp the website. Shout out to my dude B. Gonna get some swag going, update the swag. Shout out to my dude Big Stu. And bring more of an interactive viewpoint to the show. More bells and whistles and straight to the point, along with Who's to Blame the podcast, and long as D&D don't get butthurt. We did our final show yesterday with that show. And everything will be back in September. The college football show with my dude Ray out of Jacksonville, Florida. We start that up in August as we get ready to talk and tackle college football discussion. So a lot going on behind the scenes and more to give you as well as we're moving forward. But again, in August, I'll be back with the college football show with my dude Ray with ASAP Sports, all plays, each and every Saturday from, 8 a.m. to 11 Central Standard Time that we do that show right up to kickoff of your first game. So we probably get started like the week before week 0 in August for college football. So stay tuned for that. And more things going on behind the scene. Got a whole lot of things going on, but today is a happy day. We got the Cardinals with a doubleheader. It's Track Tuesday. NBA is on. Fantastic. All kind of good things going. Doubleheader baseball. I am for it all day. And with this weather, who could be wrong? But with last night's basketball results comes a lot of questions and concerns moving forward for teams and players alike. Where that word comes up, retire, or should I leave this team and go somewhere else? That's coming up with Kevin Durant. It's coming up with the Bucks situation, especially the Lakers and maybe the Clippers are in that conversation as well. This Kevin Durant, if he goes to another team, I think he just want to play basketball with everybody if he moves to another team. If he goes to, will LeBron stay another year? We sign an extension. Is he moving on? Is this it? Is he waiting to see what happened with his boys situation? What's going on with Kawhi not Leonard? What's going on with the Milwaukee Bucks? And that whole situation, what Phoenix going to do in the offseason? Whole lot of questions out there on that. But the word has come up a few times in the past week or so. Retire. As a fan, that's real easy to say. But when you retire, what are you supposed to do? I mean, not everybody wants to jump right into the media role. Not everybody wants to do a podcast. Nobody wants to go to Hollywood. They're trying to figure out who they are when they retire because you've been this other person for so long. Your routine schedule at your home with your family is nowhere on a regular schedule because you're not there. You've been on the road. Now you can't come in and try to disrupt the schedule because that's going to create chaos. So now you got to find your own voice, your own void out here. Now you got to find it. And as my man said on one of the shows this morning, former NFL player said, this is some deep shit talking about retirement. He said, I know more millionaires. I know more depressed millionaires than anybody. More depressed millionaires because they have nothing to do. They don't. Once it's over, they don't understand their purpose anymore. I wish all these different sports leagues would figure that out. We got to take care of them, not just coming into the league while they help them sustain the league, but let's take care of them when the game is over for them as well. I'm not saying got to come to every damn game and things like that and always keep it sports, but as far as the concern factor, making sure they're okay, giving them maybe some ideas on do their strengths, their passions. I mean, when the last time you really think an athlete really thought about creating a resume? They've been deemed and on this path to play professional ball for so long, the regulars of the everyday activity are gone. I don't have that type of process. So I bet the cool down moment for an athlete to retire, I bet that is the hardest first 90 days ever. I bet that is the hardest thing. The guys is not the same. The company, the camaraderie, the conversations are totally different now that you're away from the game. And that psychologically, from what we've been shown and told from players of the past, it's not easy. That you have to get yourself in line and in order to understand, hey, I may be retiring in 2 years or 4 years, to have a plan in order. If you have a plan to get to the league, you should have a plan to exit the league where it's under a little bit more control on you other than someone else telling you what to do. Have an idea of what you want to do. Nobody telling you to buy nothing, start a business, but find something that agrees with your mentality now since you're doing the exit strategy from the game. Because it's been real hard for a lot of guys and women once they leave the sport. They don't know what to do with their time. They don't know how to occupy their time. All of that goes all over the place. Happens to a lot of people. And finding yourself out and getting to know yourself for sure. But guys, it is Tuesday. It's Track Tuesday. It's Track Tuesday. It's time to go to the horse track. It's time to go to the horse track and have ourselves a snack. All right. For kids, boys, and girls of all ages, cat owners, dog owners, thank you to all the sponsors. We're coming back stronger, better, and faster in September. We're going to get on with it. You can check out our latest episode, 550 episodes up of Who's to Blame, the podcast. We're going to go back, change up some stuff, do some cosmetic surgery, do better, change my hairstyle up. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But until then, I will see you guys, boys and girls and children and dogs and cats, in September. Unless you follow College Football Show. Then we'll see you in August. But we will do a periodic show here and there around town, a little pop-up podcast we may do over the summer, but nothing with any consistency. So I will let you know and post it throughout social media if we end up doing a pop-up podcast. But to the rest of you, thank you so much. It's been one hell of a season, and we'll see you in September for sure. As they say in the hood, I'll holler at you. And thank you again to our title sponsor, CertaPro Painters. Let the professionals do the work for you. Thanks again, good people, good folks. Shout out to FanDuel. I'll see you in a minute over at that track. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Until then, good folks, we'll see you in September. Peace, and we're out.